Hi friends, welcome back to Bootstrap session. Yesterday we saw some components and yesterday's plan was to continue exploring components. Uh, but I have some change in the plan, training plan. Instead of learning each components one by one without practicing, we can start building one Bootstrap website together, and from that we can practice as many components as possible. So to do that, I have taken on reference website. This from Bootstrap made. It has more than one pages. Okay. In our previous project there was only one page, but this website has multiple pages. About page is there, courses page is there, likewise every page is there. So as a team we can work together in GitHub, and I will assign some section to every one of you, so you can start building it. And it will be a kind of a teamwork, where we will have some deadlines and every one of you will have some task, so you have to do uh, one by one. Well, so to start that, we need a Git repository. So to do that, let me open GitHub and let me log in. And let me create a repository. Since I need to give access to many people, I will keep it as a public repository. And this is for a education based business. So I will keep the repository name as Education Bootstrap, and you don't need to create repository for this because I will give access to this repository, so we all will be working on a single repository. And I will add readme file, and git ignore is not required now, so we'll leave it. And I didn't choose any license and all since it is just for practice. So I need to bring this code to my system. Let me go to one folder, training git clone, and you just need to paste repository URL. Okay, if it is the first time you use in your machine, it will ask your login credential. Or since it is public repository, it may not ask login credential when you clone it, but when you are trying to push some code, it will ask. Fine. So if you see, new folder would have been created. Let me step into that folder. Cd space education bootstrap. So now I need to start using bootstrap in this folder. So let me open it in Visual Studio Code, and the first file will be obviously index file. Our plan is to use CDN, since it is very easy. Let me go to our previous HTML page. Instead of referring instead of referring Bootstrap's code, I will simply refer our previous project where we have index file. So I will simply copy this and paste it in this page. It will save some time for me. I will delete. Okay, let me check whether it is working fine or not. Can I check? I just need to open it in my browser. Hello world. How will I ensure it is working fine? I will go to networks tab and refresh the page, and ensure whether all files are all files are being called properly or not. Here there is a mistake. Styles.css is not there, so I need to add that. It is inside CSS folder. Right click on it and click open in new tab. It will tell you your web page is index.html and your file is index.html and the page that you call is css slash style.css. So you need to create a folder and create that file. And instead of style, I will give a name called main.css because we will have multiple CSS file for this project. Since many people are going to work together, we will create different style sheets during development and then we will merge it together to avoid conflicts. And main.css will have the major style sheets. Instead of, you can say like the major theming styles will be in main.css. That's it. We don't need container for now. We will start from scratch. So whenever we need a new style sheet, we will add it. Let me commit this first. So we'll come to my um, git bash. Git status will tell me what are the files that I have added. I have two things. One is CSS folder, another one is index.html. To add one specific file, we need to give a command like give git add space file name. If you want to add all untracked files, if you want to add all untracked files, then there is a shortcut git space add space dot. It will add all untracked files, and this is git add is needed when you add a file first time. Okay, when you add a file first time in the revision control, then you will need it, and once you have added, then you don't need to add this every time. That you will learn in the upcoming stages. So now I need to do git status to know what is the status of my repository. It says that changes to be committed, which means what are all the changes we have made but we haven't committed. There are two changes. First one is main.css file, another one is index.html. So I need to give one commit along with one message. So git space commit space hyphen m space, in double quote or single quote you have to give one message. We'll give add base files dot. So make sure you don't make any mistake in syntax. Make sure you don't make any mistakes in syntax while you use git bash. Okay, so let me put status again. You will say nothing to commit because I have committed all my changes. Now what I need to do is I need to push my code. Your branch is ahead of origin master origin hyphen main by one commit, which means my branch, my local branch is ahead, which means I have more changes than the source repository. So the source repository means a repository which is in GitHub. That file has that file is missing something that my local branch has. So I need to push it. Git push. So here push the code to check whether it has been pushed. We'll come to my GitHub and refresh the page. The files have come. So I will add every one of you in this project so that you will have access to the code as well as you will have access to push the changes, push new files or update any HTML or CSS and push it to the repository. You will be part of this project. You won't create new repository. Keep this in mind. You won't create new repository. You will work in this repository. We all are teammates. So let us start with the front page, this home page. Before start working on it, it is better to know what font family they have used. Can we get it? Just inspect it, and you can very well see they have used font family called Poppins. Poppins is not a default font, and another font that they have used is Open Sans. There are two ways to find what are the fonts that they have applied. One is inspecting the tag and check for font family. Another one is view page source. Right click somewhere and choose view page source, or hit Control U in your keyboard and see the link tag. Let me zoom it. Search for link tag and check whether it is in a Google font or any font related path. Here it is very well known that, let me search link. So this page has 11 link tags, and first one is fave icon. So we don't need to worry about fave icon for now, we will do it later. And second one is again, it is also an icon, it is used for Apple, so that is also not needed for us. And third one is fonts.googleapis.com. So it is a Google font path. So this one we need to add in our project. And if you go to next, then you can very well see that nothing is related to fonts. We have used some other libraries like Animate and other stuffs, but if needed or if possible, we will practice that as well. But our main goal is to use Bootstrap properly. So two things that you can do now. One is simply you copy this code from here and paste it in your project, or if you want to go in right steps, then go to Google Fonts and search for these two fonts. What are the fonts they have used? One is Open Sans, another one is Poppins, and they have used all font weights: 300, 300 italic, 400, 400 italic, 600, 600 italic, 700, 700 italic. But I would say italic is not mandatory because we can achieve it using CSS itself. So let us use all font weight variants of Open Sans. So first I need to search for Open Sans. Just come here and I need to choose 300 to 700, and they didn't use 500, so we can skip that as well. 300, 400, 500. Oh, 500 is not at all available. 600 italic is not in there. 700 and 800 is also there, but they haven't used it, so there is no need to add that in our project. And the next one is Poppins, Poppins. Go back or click on the logo. Poppins. And for Poppins they have used 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. That's it. So we got we have added all necessary font variants as well as font weights. Now there are two ways to import this. One is link, another one is import. Import means you will add this in CSS file, but it is not recommended way. It is always recommended to use link attribute. So just copy this and put it in the project, and it should be the first one. These two links. One is fonts.gstatic.com. What is the purpose of it? Pre-connect. Okay, let's leave it for now. We have imported Google font in our project, and let's type font family, Open Sans, and fallback is Arial, which means by default Open Sans will be applied. If in case Open Sans is not available, it is not loaded properly, then Arial will be applied in the page. Okay, the purpose of Google font page is over, so we can close it. And this this page is also not required now. You can close it. 0. So now we have added the base font. Now our goal is to start developing the web page. Let us start with the header. Usually we won't do header first, but since this will be your final project in front end, in final project in Bootstrap, let us start from first component. What How we used to develop the web page? We should develop the web page for mobile first. So let me enable the emulator and click mobile. Now in mobile they have logo and one button, get started. When the user clicks on it, they show menu as drop down, and when they click it is hidden. And the next breakpoint is, what is the second breakpoint of Bootstrap? Layout. First one is up to 576, second one is from 576. So I have to give 576. There is no big change in this section. In this section also they maintain the same layout. And what is the next breakpoint? Medium. It is 768. In 768 also they maintain the same layout. What is the next breakpoint? 992. 992. So for 992 they bring the navigation outside of that menu. They show it by default. So till 992 or till medium screen, we need to have this layout: logo and button, and then the hamburger menu. If you click on this, you may try to get how they have accomplished this section. They have a div called header, and then for the header they have applied background color and other stuffs, and they have used a class name called fixed top. For that they have applied that for that something has applied, position.css has applied some styles. Let us not bother about it now. mm. Then they have a container, and for the container they have used dflux. Before that, let us check which bootstrap version that they have used. It is the first thing that we should have checked. So this is a bootstrap URL. So right click on it, opening new tab. Oh, they have used bootstrap 5. So let us use bootstrap 5 instead of using bootstrap 4, so that we can ensure we are on the latest version. And as we were learning, there is no major difference between bootstrap 4 and 5. Here, instead of using bootstrap 4.6.0, we have to call bootstrap 5, or go to Google's bootstrap's documentation and copy this path from here, paste it here. It's always safe to copy and paste instead of giving our own pre-assumed URL names. It will help us from making small mistakes. Well, okay, so they have used container, and then they have called a class name called dflux. I don't think it is mandatory if we follow the row column concept. Okay, if we follow row column concept, then d-flux is not required. But in this component, they haven't used row column based layouting. See, inside container they have directly given h1 tag. It is not recommended for a beginner, so it is always safe if we use row column based layouting. So for this header section, we won't follow their CSS, we will follow what we have studied so far. So let me go back to our documentation and check whether there is any reference components available to develop this section. Let us check whether any reference or sample components available to develop this section. There is a component called navbar, and the navbar is almost same like what we need. There is a logo and there is a menu, and here also there is a logo and there is a menu, and there is search box which is not needed, but there is a button that is needed. So I can simply copy this code and put it in my page. It will give me the desired output, but it will be confusing for you because navbar is a kind of bit complex component. So let us develop this component from scratch. As I said earlier, component is a combination of content and layout. Okay, component is a combination of content plus layout. So without using component also, without using one particular also, you can develop it from scratch using content and layout, but you may be needed to write some CSS yourself, but that is okay since we will learn it. So I'm not going to use navbar here, but if you want, you can practice it in some other repository, but we are not going to use bootstraps available component, but we are going to develop this from scratch. So how we will develop it? We need to have the base HTML div, or we can give header, and inside that I will give a class name called container. There are two types of containers. One is container and one is container fluid. Container fluid means it will occupy 100% width, In small screen, obviously it will occupy 100% of it, but you have to check the large screens and remove the emulator. Now you can see there are more space in left and right side, which means they didn't use container fluid, they have used container. So I will use container. Said that we need to have no. Said that we need how many sections? Mentor, get started, and the navigation. We need 3 columns. Or no, I will simply put column. We need 3 column, and you need to apply some column width. But if you don't give any column width, then it will automatically take it based on its content. Okay, if you don't give any column width, then it will automatically apply width based on its inner content. It is available in Bootstrap 4 and 5. Let me type something. Logo, navigation, and then CTA. Because in large screen, logo is first, navigation is second, and get started button is last. Let me open my page. See, now we got it. Logo, navigation, and CTA. And in logo, we need to have a text called mentor, and it is clickable. So I need to have h1. In that, I need to have href. Usually take us to index.html. Instead of matter, let's give and navigation. We are not going to build it first, since in mobile view only mentor and get started is available. So here we will have a button called get started. It will be an a tag. It will take us to contact.html. For now we will give it to hash, since we haven't built contact page. And what we have to show, get started, get started. And if you see the output, it won't be good. But what I can do is can go to Bootstrap's website and check content, or sorry, buttons. In that there are many buttons. Now we have link, so a tag, and I need to give class name called btn and btn primary. Copy, come back. We have got one button, but the look and feel is completely different from the reference website. Reference website, the primary color is green and the radius is also different. So we will achieve it by writing some CSS in our style sheet. But for now, let us keep it like this until we bring the basic layout. Then we can focus on theming. First, we will focus on bringing the basic layout. Then we will focus on theming, which means look and feel. Okay, header. We have first column, second column, and third column, and h1. I need to apply some style for this a tag. that should match with my reference website. You have to inspect it and check what are the values that is applied for this A tag. For A tag, they have applied only color, which means they have applied font and other stuff for this H1 tag. And check it. I'll simply copy this code and go to my style sheet. In header, we have H1 tag. For that, I will apply this and I will cross check whether I am applying all necessary styles. For font, for H1 tag, I apply heading, I apply font size, margin, padding, line height, font weight, letter spacing, text transform, and font family. All are important classes to achieve this code. So, got it. Next one is color. Color has been applied to the A tag. So we'll copy this line first and after that it. There should not be any underline, right? In the logo, there is no underline. So how can we remove the underline? Text decoration, none. So we got this, but we need more spacing in top and bottom. So let us achieve it later. And let us keep our page mobile view or small screen view to make sure it matches with our reference website. Oh, it's not matching. Fab view occupies some space. Column 1 occupies some space and the second column occupies some space, and there is no enough space for get started. So I need to do something so that it can be addressed. How are we going to handle it? Let's do it in the next session. So what you have to do now, you need to share your GitHub username with me. Where will be your username? Log into your github.com, log into github.com and get your username. Log into your github.com, and if you click on this, you will see this is your username. Just share it with me. I think I already have it, but I want you to watch this video till this point, then only you will know what is today's assignment, and share your username directly to Shubha, and please don't tell this to your friends. Let us see how many watch this video. It's my personal request, so don't tell them that you are sharing your GitHub URL, GitHub username with us. Okay, so once I receive your username, I will give access to you. You just need to clone this project and keep it in your machine. That's it. And try to go through all codes that I have written and don't write anything till now. I will complete till some section. From then I will give some task to each one of you. You will have some work in it. Okay. Thank you so much. Bye.